a reminder here, you could start following me and start using HAPS, this great service, and download the HAPS app and subscribe to my newsfeed and support my work on HAPS by giving thumbs up, high five, and the coins to get here on this system. So you get 100 coins if you start with HAPS, and it's HAPS TV /invite/ at Lyceum. And talk about gamification. I got like 24 hours notice to join a live session again because I've been pretty busy, so I haven't done HAPS streaming for a week or something like that. So now I'm here back on track. And also I saw when I updated the HAPS app on my iPhone, it have got 1-star review here in Sweden, and maybe that's a user that's not used to it or not didn't like it, the experience at first, maybe want to come back later. And as I said often as a podcaster, the day you get 1-star review, you're a real podcaster. So that's my tip as a new media advisor. So I will say cheers to that. So Three Things Tech, and today it's about Facebook algorithms and their formula, and also something called Refined, and the third thing is SaneBox again. And now I will start to see if I'm streaming here destination on Facebook, and it doesn't look like that again. So it is something with the API on Facebook or something with my setting, because I have check mark that it should go to Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, etc. But I don't see it. So I have to talk to Pablo now this week and get this sorted out, because I want to have a interaction here on Facebook Live also if you want to do it. But as I said, HAPS is my main source. The destinations are like Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, etc. But this is the platform. And why I pick this is because I like the atmosphere, how you could follow new users and content creators, and also how you could get this gamification thing going and get coins. So I like this service. So then I will check here. Now you have to see my podcast, and that's a chapter, as you say, in Swedish for itself. I will soon record and publish a new episode talking about what's going on with teaparty.media and my EgoNetcast, and also podcasting in general. So I will see here now on YouTube if I am live there. It says 4 minutes now, 1 viewer, or it could be myself maybe, undecided, and no coins yet, but it great connection. So I see here it's saying live on the joke. Now we'll have Meta. It's saying Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube live. It should work, so I will listen to that also. So I wonder what's going on here. Yeah, so I hear myself, so that's good. So that's great. So 3 things tech, and I will try to keep this short and sweet, around 10 minutes, and keep it going. So on Thursday I have one also, and then on Saturday. And I did also testing here with the algorithm with the Facebook. I haven't done much of the stories, and you have a fancy word for that in English, not ethereal or something like that. That it's you do a story like Reels, or you do an Instagram story, or you do on Snapchat has that and others. And then it disappears after like 24 hours. And you can wonder what is the use for that. And as an advisor, I could say you will get these pieces, snack bite content that's interesting for the moment. And maybe it's not your magnum opus or your big book or big long article, but something that you want to create for the moment and spread it quickly, and you don't have to. So now I had to turn down the volume on Facebook. You don't have to keep it somehow, and maybe that's feeding the algorithm also if you do live streaming. I thought it was pretty popular on Facebook in the past, but now I don't see much of that, and I don't see so much of interaction either. So that's probably what I will do when I put up my last site, teaparty.media. I'm involved in lots of Facebook groups that I have myself for podcasting and others, but I will keep my personal one, but then I will become more active in certain areas that I have an interest and passion for example, tea, and look into that, and also like podcasting, and now I could call myself a live streamer also. But it's interesting if you have like, I have probably so-called over 1,000 friends on or contacts on Facebook, and often it's interesting tea. It could be from former colleagues, friends, childhood friends, relatives, and also interest that you have kindred spirits in philosophy and other things. And but you don't see so much interaction, comments, likes, and sharing especially. And that's what's feeding again the monster. So I wonder, has Facebook changed this? And if you have a business on Facebook, how do you see this trend? Do you have to again feed the monster, so to speak, with Facebook ads and advertising and other things like that in order to be on top of mind of your customers, clients, and new leads? So that's something to think about. And also, how is this story, Instagram stories and Facebook Live, how is that participating in this with the consumption of content? So I tested now, I did an Instagram, and that's one of my parts of my lift, could say, process or method, and also framework, and so on with social media, and then concentrate what you could control over, the BNP, as I'm calling, blog, newsletter, and podcast. And then have the destination or satellites with LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, or if you have some others that your customers are and you have an interest in and you like it, like Pinterest or some other things. So I'm thinking of Instagram. It's owned by Facebook, but it's pretty independent anyway. And I like to take a photo. I'm not a professional photographer. My phone is, as I said, iPhone 6s Plus. So you have more advanced cameras in the newer phones. But I like that, and I have got nice comments from my webmaker and others that's my style. So I will continue to do this, and I don't do exactly the same content on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. I could change around a bit, but still I think all this content often is valid for all the destinations and the different platforms anyway. Because if you're like a facet, like a diamond, you show your personality there also. Because you are business professional on LinkedIn, but still you want to see the personal side also, because you do business with people or individuals, would I say, instead of organizations and companies. But then you have a brand of a company that have to find their own why and their soul and how they act. and then all the people who are employed have to act accordingly. That's something to think about. And that's one thing that I could help with, like social media activities, and to have a grease in a positive way the machinery. If you want to feed this monster, you have to keep up with it. So I could moderate things on forums, business forums and others, and also give thumbs up, comments, and share the good word. And here I see hello from SE Coastal Georgia. Hello, Alexis. Hi to you. So, how are things in Georgia? So now 4 viewers, and I've talked now for babbling for 11 minutes. So that's one thing. So when I did now a story here about a photo that I've done on Instagram with potato chips or crisps. In England you say crisps, in Sweden, in America you say potato chips. So what do you say? And I also wondered, do you say soda, like soda drink, or do you say pop, like pop bubbles, or do you say soft drink? I've seen a map of America, how it changes different where locations where you're located. So, and then it will be interesting to see if my story here, or the thing that came out here, a short thing on Facebook, what kind of comments, likes, and others I will get from that compared to the photo I put on Facebook, and also the Instagram photo. So that's something again to think about. That was the first thing. I work on Facebook algorithm, basically impossible. Okay, that's good to know. So then maybe I shouldn't keep on that. So that's my thing also. I mean, I'm not an expert on SEO, search engine optimization. I'm foremost search engine marketing, or using it in a holistic way, doing it organically. So cheers to that, to the sunny and beautiful Georgia. And thanks for your input here and comment. So thanks. Yes, organically. So I appreciate your comments here and your interaction. And again, I often say that I could say hello and shout out and comment, but I will not write or respond, because it's one thing to concentrate on the camera here and talking to the camera, and also drinking tea and promote that you should start following me on haps.tv/invite/ @Lyceum. Give a heart on Facebook versus thumbs up. And I have heard that also, that like is the easiest way to do. So if you do a heart or wow or something like that, then it will give better, so-called. But I think you should use the emojis that fit your style. For example, personally speaking, I have, maybe it's because I'm a man, hard time to give a heart. But I like the new one. The emoji is called I care or something like that, that you're hugging your heart. So I've used that sometimes. But the standard is, of course, thumbs up. I'm happy that Facebook doesn't have the thumbs down like on other services. So it's positive way. So comments need to be 5 words or more. Thanks for that information. The thumbs up does not do anything. That's a bit strange if I keep that then. So we have to follow that again. Thanks for your expertise here and for your input. I appreciate that very much. So that's Facebook algorithm. So do it organically. Contact or talk to individuals like Alexis C. can do for more information and help and advice. And again, build your own platforms, your own hubs, blog, newsletter, podcasting. The other emojis take 2 steps. Yes, that's right. Post your own pictures. Yeah. So now I have 5 users, and I talked for 50 minutes. So the second one is something called Refined. Now I have to think. It was with names. Wahlgren? No. Sorry for my memory here. But something called Refined. And you have the social share, you have the news, and you have search in order to find content and keeping up on things. I have also subscriptions, and that's what I will talk on Thursday. Comment, do a review and analysis on an article on The Economist. And yesterday they had a talk about who was the most liberal politician in the United Kingdom. I voted for Thatcher, and it was Churchill there also, and then two older politicians in the history. So that was interesting. I think it was Gladstone that won, and it was interesting Zoom meeting for subscribers of The Economist. So I will comment on Putin's next move or something like that. That's something to think about. But Refine is that they will give you you put different categories and different topics that you're interested in, and then they will feed you, talking about Monster, by email some new things, articles and others that you maybe wouldn't find otherwise. So it's a refind, to find something again on internet, but it's curated by this service. So I will check this out, and I will write that about this service in my next issue number 25 of my newsletter Lyceum Bulletin. So that was the second thing. Refind, check it out. And if I will share my link there, if you get certain numbers of users, you will get Refind Premium for a year, or if you get more than 10, I think it was, you get it for life. So this is like the sharing, and also not fearing of missing out, but spreading it to get this invite, similar to Clubhouse, that you have to have an invite in order to get it. But here you could get it anyway, but if you want to have it for free, the premium version, you invite others. So they want to build the user base, because again, end of the day, if user doesn't go to a new service and use it, then it could fizzle out or do an exit or getting bought by somebody. I know, talking about Facebook, they talk much about that you would read the news on Facebook, but I haven't seen much of that lately. And then you got this problem with the news services that wanted to have behind walls, paywalls and others, and then it was, I think it was in Australia, they took that away from Facebook, and then Facebook shut it down, or I don't know how that worked out, but I think they're up to speed again. So on HAPS, you need to invite folks into your broadcast to gain more viewers and subscribers. Yes, that's correct. So I will do that. Cheers. And that's the gamification again. I haven't been on for a week, so now I'm again, and then I will be findable and searchable on the how do you say tab for explore or discover tab, because I am a so-called VIP user thanks to Eileen Smith that introduced me to HAPS. So Eileen on Twitter and on HAPS here. And here again is my great supporter, Mark Moses from California, I think you are now, gave $0.15 high five award. Hello, Mark. Hello from San Francisco. Is it sunny in San Francisco also? They said it. Alexis said it's sunny in Georgia. How is the weather in San Francisco? Right now we are having sun and spring forward here in Sweden. So I think spring is the best season. And that's coming to my third thing. And I could do now a plug. Within a month, in end of May, May 25th is my birthday. So I will celebrate then with tea and other things like that. So that's the third thing, SaneBox. Now it's pretty nice this week here. Great to hear, Mark. And thanks again for it was nice to meet you when you visited Gothenburg, Sweden. I enjoyed our meeting very much. So now it's week 17, and that's something that's pretty for Sweden, that you think about weeks like calendar weeks and have numbers on the week. And you often use that in school, but also at work. So you know when the summer period is the vacation period or the school break when the semester is over. So now it's week 17, and I was thinking about that times 3, then you have 51 weeks. So it's almost a third of a year, and I have this calendar called Trig Life Mapper, 4 calendars that are going on perpetual. So now I have one book that I haven't started on already. So I have one for next year, if you think like that. But this last year especially have been extraordinary and different in many ways. So I was thinking of that, how to think about the year and getting things done, and with that I'm thinking of using something called SaneBox, and I have talked about that before, but I haven't got into it, and maybe it's a stepping stone to get over it, and how to say, hill or something like that, getting used to it, because it's always filtering. So, but I want to do it. But again, it costs, I think, $7 per month to use it, and I wonder if I will have so much mail and others in order to, it will be useful. But I have something, maybe it will be good for your mental thing, so you don't get insane, because I think that's one thing that could be a problem with overflowing inbox, and also notification on social media, and things that's ticking and plinging and other things like that. Anyway, also apps. I, I am now subscribing to lots of users, and I have lots of users following me. And if I would, when everyone is going on live, if I've got a notification of that, that will be sound on my phone all the time. So I have removed that, but I'm happy here. Probably Mark here has some kind of notification in order to join here when I am, because I'm trying to do this on a regular basis, but I'm struggling with it. But again, for the record, on Tuesday Tech, I'm often trying to do it at 3, so 3 things tech on Tuesday. So then it's 3 p.m. Central European time. So that's 9 Eastern time, 9 a.m. Eastern time, and 6 in the morning. So you're up early, Mark, in California on West Coast or Left Coast time. And then on Thursday, I do Thor's, Tors, like the god, Norse god in Swedish, hammer, and do a comment analysis on an article in The Economist. And then I will do at 9 a.m. Central European time. So then it will be middle of the night or midnight your time on Wednesday, Mark, or from Wednesday to Thursday. I just woke up, you said. So good morning. I hope you start the day with kappa. Cheers. Drinking tea here. And then on Saturday, we have a party of some form. It could be like, do you drink soda, pop, or soft drink? What's your favorite? And I got nice comments there on Facebook, so I will talk about that on Saturday. Do some kind of list of different soda, pops, and soft drinks, and what's your favorite. For the record, I don't drink so much. We call it in Swedish läskeblacks, or one thing is sockerdricka, or like sugar drinks. So I don't drink that much of that. But I could probably give you a hint. I have something that's not beer, but is called beer, but I like. And also something from apple, a beverage of apples that I also like. So that could be a favorite drink. But then, of course, iced tea in this spring and summer could be nice, and lemonade and others. But that we will talk about on Saturday. So the 3 things: Facebook algorithms and feeding the monster, refined on the internet, contents on the internet that curated by this service called Refine, and SaneBox, getting to inbox zero. I will try it again and probably start with it, but then it's an investment in time and also a fee of $7 per month in order to do this. So that's for now, I think. So 25 minutes, 6 users, and $0.15, the high five awards from Mark Moses. So thank you very much for that, and talk to you soon again. Cheers.